Hello, my little pretties. What is up? It's your mistress, the Showline is here, and today we are back with another episode of season 2 of Teen Titans. And today in this episode we're reviewing is called Only Human. Now this episode is the 17th episode of the whole series of the whole original Teen Titans series, and I could definitely say that that is like the fourth episode of season 2. Now, this episode is basically about Cyborg and the Titans. They have their practice as usual. But however, though, Cyborg tries to get up to 100% with his robot instincts and all that, but he somehow fails, even while lifting weights. He fails that, and he thinks that he's just no good for the Titans. But however, the Titans actually say that, Robin tells him, you could do it. It's just you need practice in that. So basically, what happens is Cyborg plays video games, and as he's fighting this one opponent, this opponent wants a rematch, but finds out that the villain, actually Atlas, actually shows up at the Titans Tower, and the Titans try to defeat him. However, with Cyborg, failing to defeat him for the first time, that results in Robin, Beast Boy, Raven, and Starfire being kidnapped by Atlas. So basically, Cyborg is all by himself, and he's practicing to try to get no there, and he just can't get to 100, and he needed help and stuff. So Alex, Atlas's assistant, says that he's able to help Cyborg any way he can. So Cyborg goes to what seemed to be an abandoned soccer court or soccer field. No, not soccer field. Baseball field or an old random stadium, and sees that his friends are kidnapped. So he basically has to, defeat Atlas for that. So as he defeats Atlas for that the fight goes on, and somehow Cyborg thought he was going to fail and lose the fight, but he sums up and he defeats Atlas in the fight, and he gets his friends back and thanks Alex for helping him with that. So that is basically what the episode basically is. What do I think of it? I found this episode to be pretty good, actually. Now, I found this episode to be very enjoyable. Like, I like the concept of itself to be rather interesting. And, it's to be something. Like, if you can't get something right the first time, you just have to practice. This is just with anything. If you can't get something right for the first time, you just have to keep practicing, and then you'll eventually be up there as best as the other players are, like in video games and that. Now, this actually encourages people to say, don't just give up on something that you're not good at. You need to practice more, and you'll eventually get up there. That's basically what the moral of this episode is basically trying to tell us. Now, I actually found this episode to be quite interesting, to be honest. I actually liked this episode, and I obviously thought it was great. And I honestly, thought this episode was enjoyable. Now, the the animation is good for as usual. The voice acting was good. And I just want to give you a little fun fact is, the guy who voices Atlas is actually, his voice Atlas, he's the voice actor who voices him is the same one voice actor for Arbiter in the Halo series. Now, if you guys have not played Halo, you may not understand who the Arbiter is. He is the character in Halo, that was evil in the second game, but then he becomes good and all that. If you guys don't understand, I recommend you play the Halo games, so that way you can understand exactly, the whole moral of the story. Which I really do love the fact that, the actor for Arbiter was in this episode, which sadly this is the only episode Atlas ever, appears, which kind of sad. But if they do make season 6 of the original Teen Titans, let's just hope they bring that character back, because I obviously thought he was really cool. Now, I could really say right now that I can't find anything really negative about this episode. But one thing I can really say is, how was Atlas able to get to the Titans Tower that fast if he was over somewhere playing video games and wants a rematch with Cyborg? Like, how could he, type that on a video game while he's coming to the tower. It's just very confusing. Confusing, to say the least. It's confusing. Well, every time you think about that, it's confusing. But at the same time, though, it's kind of like something that I really want to know. Like, it's not like you could text people on your cell phone and say you're going to have a rematch with them on a game. Like, there's no possible way you could message that when you're going out. Like, there's no possible way you could do that. That is just a question that's just like just like something I just want to point out. However, though, I found this episode to be very enjoyable. I really like the concept of itself to be good, and I obviously like the character Atlas. I found of him being, really cool character and all that. And this is basically teaching everybody, if you're not good at something or if you're failing to try something, then you just got to keep practicing and you'll eventually get it. Like, it's take with me with horseback riding. When I first got on the horse, I didn't know what to do and I didn't know what I should and shouldn't do. And when I try to do something that I want to do, I fail, or at least it doesn't work for the first time, but I keep practicing. And the more I practiced, the more I got better at it. So that's basically what this whole episode is, and I honestly really adore this episode. I actually found this episode to be quite nice. Nice, especially to teach kids, if they're not good at something, they just need to practice more. Like, everybody needs practice when it comes to, trying something new. Especially with sports. Like, not everyone's good or perfect. So, that's something I can definitely say. Now, anyways, people, like I said, this is simply my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to this, regards to this story, regards to this episode. And this is simply my own personal thoughts. If you like this show, that's fine. If you don't like this show, I respect your opinion. But as long as you respect mine, we're good. My final rating of this episode would have to be a 10 out of 10. I actually like this episode. I thought of it, the concept itself, to be rather nice. I actually found this whole storyline of how the episode went out to be quite good. Anyways, what did you think about this episode of Teen Titans? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what would you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Episode a lot better. What would you have done to make this episode a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Shadow Linus. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And like always, I'll be seeing you all guys later. Peace out.